Dubai's new landmark building, Dubai Frame, is set to open to public on the 1st of January. Visitors will get a 360-degree view of the city, modernized version of Dubai on one side and the history of old Dubai on the other side. The building is 150 meters tall and 93 meters wide. Two Chinese citizens were seriously injured on Wednesday in a tourist bus accident in southern Iceland. The tourist bus carrying 44 Chinese tourists skidded off the road and rolled over after hitting a passenger car on a highway. One passenger was killed on the spot and 11 others were seriously injured and transported by helicopters to the National University Hospital of Iceland in Reykjavik. Peruvians took to the streets protesting the president's pardon for former leader Fujimori. This is seen as one of the biggest protests Peru has ever witnessed. At least 40,000 people marching in the capital, Lima, and demonstrations were also planned in cities across the country and in foreign capitals. Peruvian President Pedro Pablo cited medical grounds when he announced the pardon for the 79-year-old Fujimori, erasing his convictions for graft and human rights abuses less than halfway into 25-year prison sentence and shielding the former president from a pending trial. Four inmates escaped from a Berlin prison on Thursday through a hole in the wall. The four were serving time for different crimes. It remains uncertain how it exactly happened. Officials have explained in a news conference hours after it was discovered. Footage from a CCTV camera placed on a nearby gate show how the men climbed through the hole. Monrovians in Liberia flooded the streets to celebrate the victory of former soccer star George Weah on Thursday, with more than 98% of the votes counted. He led with 61% against Vice President Joseph Bokai's at 38.5%. The last democratic transfer of power was in 1944. Liberia saw a military coup in 1980 and thousands died in a 14-year civil war that ended in 2003. Pennsylvania in the United States has been hit with 53 inches of snow since last weekend. Local authorities have declared a state of emergency in Pennsylvania. Now, videos uploaded to social media show backyards completely covered by snow, buried cars and dogs running in the snow. Medical staff from the UK are travelling to Bangladesh to help curtail a diphtheria outbreak, largely affecting children. More than 40 British doctors, nurses and firefighters will lead the emergency response after there were reports of over 2,000 suspected cases and 22 deaths due to diphtheria. Cox's Bazar is home to more than 600,000 Rohingya people who have fled the military persecution in Myanmar. According to reports, there are 160 new cases of diphtheria in Cox's Bazar every day. All right, now we move on to some news from across India. At least 15 people have been killed after a massive fire broke out in Mumbai's Lower Parel area. 12 people were also injured in the blaze. The fire broke out at midnight at one of the pubs in the Kamla Mills compound, which is a busy commercial complex in Lower Parel. The blaze spread to nearby buildings, which houses several media offices. 6 fire tenders and 4 water tankers were rushed to the spot to bring the fire under control. The Triple Talaq Bill introduced by the government in the Parliament has been passed by the lower house of the Indian Parliament. The bill will now be sent to the Rajya Sabha or the upper house of the Indian Parliament for consideration and passage. The Triple Talaq or Instant Divorce Bill or Muslim Women Protection of Rights Marriage Bill 2017 will criminalize the practice of instant triple talaq. The bill has been passed after division in Lok Sabha. The voting took place on the amendments which were moved by the opposition members. All amendments suggested were defeated. The Bharatiya Janata Party has moved a privileged motion in the Rajya Sabha against Congress President Rahul Gandhi for mocking Finance Minister Arun Jaitley by twisting his name. BJP member Bhupendra Yadav moved the motion under Rule 187 against Rahul Gandhi and urged the chair to take notice of the alleged breach of Jaitley's privilege, who was also the leader of the House. Congress President Rahul Gandhi will visit Shimla today and review the party's performance in the recently held Himachal Pradesh Assembly elections. The Congress was defeated by the BJP in the hill state where it had been in power for the last 5 years. The party managed to bag just 21 seats out of 68, while the BJP won 44 seats. According to party sources, the Congress president will seek the views of party workers and address them at a workers' meeting in the state capital on his day-long visit to the hill state. A former Indian Telecom Minister A. Raja, who was recently acquitted of all charges in the 2G scam, has said that former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh ordered his arrest as he himself did not have understanding of the 2G. Well, he said that Manmohan Singh gave good governance but could not save himself as he did not have the proper understanding about 2G. TTV Dinakaran is expected to take oath as MLA today after winning RK Nagar by polls. The brief event will take place at 1:30 p.m. in the chamber of Tamil Nadu Assembly Speaker at the Secretariat Assembly Complex in Chennai. The ruling AIDMK continued to grab the whip against supporters of rival leader TTV Dinakaran post its RK Nagar by-poll defeat, expelling 44 of them and relieving 2 others from party posts. AIDMK coordinator O. Paneerselvam and co-coordinator E. Palaniswamy announced removing 44 functionaries from the party's primary membership. Those who faced the action included Ramaswamy, a former MLA from Melurin, Madurai, and a strong supporter of Mr. Dinakaran. Now, Delhi's South Delhi Municipal Corporation has its way. Non-vegetarian food displayed in the open on the stalls outside restaurants and eateries of South Delhi could soon be prohibited for hygiene and sentimental reasons. The resolution approved in the last house of the BJP-ruled South Delhi Municipal Corporation will come for final confirmation at the next meeting on the 3rd of January before policies outlining terms and conditions are finally framed. The resolution was moved by local councillors, saying that the food items displayed in the open pose a danger of contamination and also hurting the sentiments of people who are vegetarians. Now, emojis or emoticons have become increasingly popular for expressing oneself in the electronic media, from thumbs up to various smiling faces. However, there is one emoji which many might find offensive. That's, of course, the middle finger emoji. An advocate has sent a legal notice to WhatsApp asking it to remove the offensive middle finger emoji within 15 days from the mobile application. Advocate Gurmeet Singh has served a legal notice to WhatsApp, which has its largest user base in India. On to some news from entertainment world. Sunny Leone will be making her debut in Tamil film industry. Now the makers have officially announced the title of the film, directed by Vadivudaya. The film titled Veeramadev, which will be a historical biopic of a warrior queen of the same name. Sunny Leone has a huge fan following in the south, and the makers are all set to cash in on it by releasing the film in 5 languages: Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada and Hindi. Sunny is pretty excited to play the role of the bold queen of the south who lived many decades ago. A promotional video for the film has been released in which Sunny Leone is seen talking in Tamil. Now, separatists have appealed people to boycott the upcoming Panchayat polls in Jammu and Kashmir, saying the central and state governments have been using such elections to hoodwink international community. Separatists Syed Ali Shah Gilani, Mirbaiz Umar Farooq and Yasin Malik said boycott of these elections will deliver a message that Kashmiris want freedom from Indian occupation and that they will accept nothing less than freedom and right to self-determination. The Indian Army, concerned about the presence of Chinese troops near the Sikkim-Tibet-Bhutan tri-junction despite troops' disengagement after the Doklam standoff, is planning a pilot project to introduce both double-humped and single-humped camels as part of overall measures to check intrusion along the line of actual control in Ladakh. Now, these animals will be trained to patrol and carry heavy loads of ammunition and other supplies. The double-armed camels have the capacity to carry between 180 to 220 kg loads compared to about 40 kg carried by mules and ponies traditionally used by the Indian Army. The double-humped camels can also move faster than mules, up to 10 kilometers and 15 kilometers on flat track within 2 hours. An Indian woman set a new Guinness World Record by performing yoga continuously for more than 103 hours. Now, Kavita Bharani Dharan started on December 23rd and continued till December 28th morning. Bharani Dharan performed different yoga postures and is hoping to continue her marathon run till December 30th. The previous record of 103 hours was made in June earlier this year by another Indian, Pradya Patil. The co-creator of MTV Unplugged, the hit movie show from the 1990s, died on Tuesday, 3 days after being hit by a car. Jim Burns, who founded Unplugged along with Robert Small in 1989, was struck by a taxi on Saturday while crossing a street near his house in the Upper East Side of Manhattan. Burns suffered a serious head injury from the hit. The taxi driver remained on the spot. Initial police investigations appeared to have ruled out any criminal intention. A host of high-profile male actors will be joining forces with their female counterparts in protesting against sexual harassment by wearing black at the upcoming 2018 Golden Globes. Dwayne Johnson, Tom Hiddleston and Armie Hammer are among the male stars to have joined the protest wave for the Globes. This after several female A-listers announced their decision to be dressed in black earlier this month. The Miss America organization has called on former contestants of the pageant to help recruit new leadership for the body in the wake of the recent email scandal. Calls for the head of the organization's board members gained traction following the Huffington Post report last week publishing emails allegedly exchanged between its leaders featuring derogatory comments about past participants. Past winners of the crown, including Miss America 2013 Mallory Hagan, have come out with an open criticism of their organization's leadership, leading to the board's announcement via a statement on Thursday.